of live stream showing off the new update here live from ESL in Cologne, Germany. It is an absolute pleasure being here, and thank you all so much for watching. I say we get past the halftime show and check out the next attack.
Let's do it.
All right, so for our next attacker, we have BM from Blue Dragons. BM, who will be your victim?
I will attack Arsenic.
Arsenic.
Rabaru.
All right,
Yeah.
good luck.
Arsenic is under fire. He is one of the last two remaining bases that hasn't even been hit yet. So we've got another fresh attack for you all to see here. This is going to be an 11v11 attack. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, the Town Hall 11 bases do gain access to the new siege machines if they are donated by another Town Hall 12 in your clan. They also gain access to the Electro Dragon, a heavy hitter from the skies that drops a lightning spell when he dies.
That's right, so lots of new content coming to the game, not only for the people who are maxed and that are ready to go Town Hall 12, but also for the existing Town Hall 10s and 11s. Lots of good stuff, and it seems, Woody, that the Town Hall 10 3-star, the Town Hall 11 3-star, may be getting a little bit easier to pull off with these new toys in hand.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we can call them toys, but they are causing some massive destruction here. Let's take a look at BM's strategy up on top. It's going to be a Barbarian King, Archer Queen, both of those heroes doing their best to get as much damage dealt as possible before going down.
Absolutely, and of course you can see now the King has pulled out one of those skeleton traps and then gets destroyed by that Inferno Tower. Unfortunate for him. Now he's got his Archer Queen getting targeted. Now he pops his Royal Cloak ability, try to keep her alive as long as possible. He wants to get that clan castle down before he deploys that Lava Hound balloon segment of the attack, and he's just going for it. BM ain't gonna mess around.
I'm not sure if he's going to finish off that witch or not. She took a lot of damage and she's still poisoned, but if she survives, that's actually pretty bad for BM. Lots of skeletons and lots of damage going to be stacked up on the top side of his base.
That's right, but remember, the witch does not do a lot of damage herself. The main difficulty with the witch is her skeletons, all of the distraction and the collective damage that those skeletons will do, but they're ground troops. Now, the rest of his attacks seem to be air, so he might actually be okay, even though that witch did not go down.
Okay, yeah, balloons circling around the left side of the base. Lots of haste spells to try to get them to their targets faster. They're pretty slow, but they deal a ton of damage when they hit. Nice Grand Warden ability keeps them nice and fresh, avoiding any damage. You can actually see one of those red balloons, one of the max level hit balloons being utilized by BM here. On the bottom, the Grand Warden keeping these balloons nice and healthy. His life aura provides them even more hit points whenever they're inside that little circle range. And you can see BM going wild now, very happy with his performance so far. Finishes off that Inferno Tower up in the top corner and just has one more Archer Tower to deal with.
That's right, and as you can see, that Grand Warden helping out the balloons that he is following around, getting that Archer Tower down, and that is all for the defenses on this base, and now it's all about that cleanup. I think BM was celebrating prematurely, but rightfully so. He is going to grab this 3-star. With 55 seconds left in the attack, there's no way he's not going to pull this one off.
That poor witch, she finally goes down from way early in the base. Looks like BM's shirt is right. He survived the siege machine, and with 98% and 40 seconds left, he's just counting the time until he puts the money in the bank.
Oh,
well done to BM, a 3-star on his very first hit.
That was an excellent attack for BM. At Town Hall 11, 3-star as well, and that is gonna make the war look very, very interesting. The crowd's going crazy. I can hear them through this window here. But yeah, it is 11 for the red balloons now and 13 for the blue dragons. Now, mind you, a perfect war, a 3-star for every base is 15 stars, and so we're very close to a perfect war already on the blue dragon side. You know that is what they're going to be going for.
They were making some really impressive attacks during the practice runs, but I have been blown away by their performance so far. It's been like 3-star after 3-star. You know, a couple of 2-stars mixed in here, some scouting attacks, but by and large, if you are watching this stream, you are learning the best attack strategies for Town Halls 10, 11, and 12, and some of the most impressive base designs. It takes really some of the best attackers in order to be able to tear these bases apart.
That's right, and of course, course, it's important to remember that these attackers back behind us, these YouTubers, have been playing around with this new update for the past week or so, and they've been enjoying the heck out of it. I have as well, but they've had a lot of practice doing this, and of course, with the Siege Machine being released, with the Electro Dragon being released, the entire game is going to be changing. It's revolutionizing the way Clash of Clans is being played, and you're seeing it here that base designs are going to have to catch up. Currently, I don't know if there's any base that can stop some of those things.
I don't know, but we'll have to find out soon. It's time for the Red Balloons to make another foray into the fray. Can you say that? Foray into the fray? I don't know.
You just did, my man.
I just did. You can't stop me at this point. But Keisuke will be attacking next. Why don't we get Keisuke on the line with us? Keisuke, who are you going to attack?
Okay, it's three-star attack, yes.
Itsu, another Talon Hall 12 that Keisuke now has in his sights. Keisuke has seen Itsu attack, and he says, you know what? I'm not scared. You don't scare me, man. He's going hard in the paint now, trying to get that third star on the last remaining unattacked base, Klaus.
That's right. So over on the Blue Dragon side, Itsu's base has yet to be hit. So that is 3 stars that are up for grabs for Keisuke. He is saying that he is going for the 3-star. He is saying he is a 3-star machine. We will see what he can pull off here in just a moment. And of course, just to give you guys again the image of what's happening in this war, there's only one other base that has not been hit yet, and that is Alvaro's base and has been 2 stars. So this could bring it to 14 stars.
That's true. And actually, this is going to be the first time that we've seen an attack from Keisuke. He's an amazing attacker in his own right. I got to see him live for the first time during the Builder Hall workshop live stream, and so I know a lot about him. He's clearly a very energetic personality, trying to get the crowd riled up now for his next hit. The Red Balloons looking for a 3-star attack against the Blue Dragons base. Built here by Itsu.
That's right. So Keisuke, again, definitely not afraid to engage with the crowd. That is a very nice thing to see. Keisuke really trying to get the crowd involved here. And now you can see that Keisuke going up against Itsu's base here with with giants, bowlers, witches, and that wall wrecker. And of course, his heroes going in as well.
A massive ground-based assault bowling through the bottom right side of this base. He is about to engage the Giga Tesla from the Town Hall now, taking a few zaps, but the bowlers are doing work on it. Finally finish it off. That's the 1st star for Keisuke. He'll get his 2nd at 50%, but he's looking for the 3rd one after he destroys the entire base.
That's right, and of course, I think he is seeing a weird split here. He's got his bowlers around the bottom that are dealing with that Inferno Tower. Unfortunately, they did not survive that engagement. Now we have a bunch of witches up at the top that don't seem to know that the Inferno Tower should be their priority. So that top side, you can say that that's going to be held on for later. Now it's all about this bottom side. Can he pull off this 3-star by wiping his base clockwise?
Bit of a topsy-turvy hit so far. He lost his topside army, but the bottom side army has been doing very well. The Barbarian King tearing apart now into the 9 o'clock position out there on the left. He still has to deal with this Inferno Tower, though, and I'm not sure if these skeletons are going to be able to get the job done. Inferno Tower is pretty slow at taking them out when it's set up to single target, but I think they still need some witches to go finish that thing off.
That's right. So I think that Inferno Tower is probably going to survive that engagement. Yeah, Queen's ability gets her through a lot of defenses, but that is just not going to be enough. Unfortunately, Keisuke, who is sitting in his chair, he doesn't even
meditative star, but he still has time. To get another attack in here, and maybe we'll see Itsu's base get hit again for the final 100%.
That's right, and actually taking a look at the war map once again and just looking at it, it's 13-13. Woody, they're tied. It is tied up here. Each clan now has 4 attacks remaining, and they only collectively need to acquire 2 stars per clan to wrap this thing up with the perfect war. So it is still so neck and neck. It is locked in, and I'm pretty sure behind us, they're sweating it out.
They definitely are. I can see the puddles forming at the base. But I'll let you know, the Blue Dragons are technically ahead right now. Even though they're tied on stars, the Blue Dragons have a 92.8% destruction average versus the Red Balloons, which have an 89.8%. Now, that sounds kind of wonky and numbery, but whoever gets more damage on these bases is going to win, even if they're tied on stars.
89, 90, 91, 92. Yes, 3% change. That's very, very slim. And speaking of percentages and numbers, and we need to get past that part. Let's get into the attack. So next attacker up on the pedestal here, and we're going to get to enjoy their attack, is actually Alvaro 8.845. So Alvaro, who is your opponent?
Available is Ken, because I already attacked Ferre, so I will try to do my best against a Town Hall 12.
All right, well, best of luck to you in that 12 v12 3-star attempt.
No, that's an 11 v12 3-star attempt, unfortunately. Alvaro used a Town Hall 11 attack already against Ferre, so he doesn't have any more targets except for Ken. He's going to do his best. Maybe he'll get a little bit more scouting information up the top left side of the base, do you think?
That's right. It could very well be that way. And apologies for the slip of the tongue. Yes, Alvaro's on 11, hitting a Town Hall 12. A 3-star. Okay. This is the moment. If he 3-stars a Town Hall 12 as a Town Hall 11, that is definitely a world record. What would you say about that one, Woody?
I mean, I would just throw my book out the window. I don't even know how I could commentate an 11 3-starring a 12. If Alvaro pulls this off live on stream, I'll just have to eat my headset.
It would definitely be my hero. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I'm pretty far. I'd be willing to go pretty far after that experience. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what he is able to pull off here. He's gearing up. He's ready. Notice his focus in that picture there. This is going to be an exciting time. And of course, Ken, he's trying to throw him off. He's looking at Alvaro like, you will not attack my base, son.
ClashClan got 85% with his 12v12 attack, and you get a little bit more oomph, a little bit more value from those higher level troops. Alvaro, I mean, he could theoretically get it done. There's nothing that stops a Town Hall 11 from getting the 3-star, but it would certainly be a very impressive attack if he pulls it off. I'm happy, though. You know why? He's bringing the Electro Dragons.
Yes, it's been a while. We need to get an eruption from the crowd right now just because of that. The Electro Dragon. We have the Electro Dragons here. Alvaro bringing them out. That Town Hall 11 getting access to level 2 Electro Dragons. Okay. Max level Electro Dragons being level 3. And of course, those are available at Town Hall 12. Again, with the numbers, Woody, what is up with us today?
I mean, you got to know the numbers. It's important to know when you get access to these troops and all, but I'm more interested in seeing whether or not this attack is going to be able to get the job done. A wall wrecker here in the center opens up the compartment to get to that Eagle artillery. Heroes up on the top, still getting quite a bit of work done, but a rage spell is not quite going to be able to help out that Archer Queen. I think it was designed to beef up those bowlers a little bit. They better go to anger management class after today.
Yeah, too much rage for those bowlers, but unfortunately, yeah, that Clan Castle is deadly. I mean, you have the Hound, who has a ton of HP. You have the Baby Dragon, who does a lot of damage and has a ton of HP. That is a deadly combination of Clan Castle troops, and it did a number on those bowlers. Now, fortunately for Alvaro, he still has 7 Electro Dragons. I mean, it is not over yet. He has a lot of attack left in him.
Oh, sure, the biggest, heaviest, beefiest troops in all of Clash of Clans. The Electro Dragons are ready to make their move on the bottom side of this base now. I like the bait and switch, by the way, from the Archer Queen. She went invisible using that Royal Cloak ability right when that Baby Dragon was about to get the lock on. Electro Dragons are going to be able to take out the Baby Dragon just about lickety-split and continue along the bottom of the base. If you want to learn how to train your dragon, make sure to get it leveled up to Electro status. Baby Dragon, not going to cut it off this time.
Absolutely, and of course, we're sitting here watching these Electro Dragons doing the work. The Chain Lightning taking out that Town Hall, and of course now making their way through the dying Electro Dragon, having that Death Lightning spell ability there, doing damage on buildings, destroying buildings on occasion. It is just an amazing thing to behold, and of course, we want to see more of that. Alvaro's still, wow, that Chain Lightning is so beautiful to watch. Yeah, Alvaro's still having a couple of these things up. Let's see how much percentage points he can get. Imagine if he passed 85% as a Town Hall 11.
That would be amazing. I would be really impressed, but just by being able to do that. He's going to have one pretty healthy Electro Dragon up here on the top, still being backed up by this Grand Warden, going for a little circle around the base. Uh-oh. Just about to lose one of them, and the second one is going to be going down relatively soon after that. Looks like he's not going to be able to gain much on the percentage right here, but he's trying to just snipe as many as possible here, Klaus.
That's right. So at this point, Alvaro's attack will not, unfortunately, stick. Clash Lands 2-star 85% is the attack that will remain on the board, will count towards the percentage. So I think Alvaro, at this point, he's like, hey, I've got no one else to attack. Let's just try it out and see what happens. And hey, I think a 76% 2-star, 11v12 is pretty dang good.
Absolutely. I mean, there's going to be plenty of times when you're out there just trying to farm up for some trophies or, working on that ladder to try to get as as many resources as you can, and you certainly will run into situations if you're at Town Hall 11 where you might have to go up against a 12.
If not just in war to help out your clanmates. And so that's obviously the thing that he was going for there. Again, not having any other targets was kind of the issue, but he was gathering information yet again to try to pull off the 3-star later on in the attack, helping out his 10 or 12 clanmates. It's all about the team. We don't want to forget that, Woody. It's not an individual game. Like, it's a team effort, and that's how the 3 stars come about, is by helping one another.
Absolutely. And speaking of the team, why don't we go over to the Blue Dragons? We'll see what Alvaro thinks of that last attack. I mean, you got 3/4 of the base finished off. Couldn't quite get the 3-star, but it was an impressive performance. What do you think?
Yeah, I fell a little bit in the funnel at the very beginning, so my king went around the base, but if I could have managed to have my king next to the Eagle Artillery, maybe I could get a higher percentage.
Perhaps, yeah, that Eagle Artillery certainly causes a lot of trouble for those heroes up on the top trying to finish off as many structures as they can, but nicely done on that Electro Dragon attack toward the bottom. Were you impressed with how they performed?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. For me, it was the first time I attacked Town Hall 12, so it was pretty decent.
Great. Thanks for your insight, and let's move on, Klaus.
Yeah. So the overall
so
look right now, we're at 13-13. Red Balloons versus Blue Dragons, still all tied up. But of course now Red Balloons has 4 attacks left, while Blue Dragons has 3 attacks left. And we're getting to the end of the war where you start looking at that and you're saying, okay, Red Balloons has more opportunities. I think they might be ahead. But again, there's been a lot of changes in the mindset of these players. Some teams going for more scouts early on, some teams not. And so it's still hard to count as to who is winning this war. But I'm on the edge of my seat. If I had a seat, I'm on the edge of my... What about you, Woody?
I mean, I cannot be on the edge of my seat because you're right. We don't have one. But nonetheless, I am really excited to see which of these bases is going to crack first. There's still a Town Hall 12 and a Town Hall 11 for both of these teams that they're trying to defend. I think it's a good idea to go over to the Red Balloons now. Arsenic will be attacking next. And I'm really curious to hear, Arsenic, who are you going to hit, man?
I'm going to attack Itsu because he's only one I can attack now. So
makes sense. The same thing that Alvaro had to go through. He was not able to hit the last remaining Town Hall 11, so looks like he will now be going up against a 12 again. Itsu.
That's right. So yet again, only one option left. That's one of the benefits, I guess, or one of the disadvantages of smaller wars is that there are limitations in that nature. But at this point, Arsenic having only 2 options left, 2 bases that have not been tripled, and Itsu is the final one. So we get to see yet another Town Hall 11 v12 hit attempt, and I'm hoping for a 3-star. Like, I'm stoked.
I'll eat my mic. I mean, it's not going to happen. An 11 v12 3-star would be unprecedented. I don't think we saw that at all during practice.
No, but crazy things happen when the real event is taking on, and I'm holding you to that. You're eating your mic if this happens. All right, we're gonna have a real good close-up on that one. So very exciting, guys. This is a good time, and of course, again, every attack can expose new traps or expose new angles for hitting the attack, depending on how Arsenic goes about this. And if we'll look at all of that stuff that he has in his attack, his troop bar right there. I mean, he's got the healers for a Queen Walk, or possibly, like a Bowler Witch Walk. He's got a P.E.K.K.A. He's got Bowler Witch, Baby Dragon, some archers, wall breakers. He's got everything you can think of, and of course a few jump spells, rage spell, heal spell. I feel bad for Arsenic. He's probably scrolling left and right like crazy to pull this one off.
How is it even possible to scroll through that many troops and spells? It's going to be impressive if you can just get them all down, in my opinion. Arsenic moving in first over on the right side of this map. He's got his Archer Queen with a raged up group of healers there trying to keep her alive as long as possible. Once she goes down, though, it's going to be difficult to get the remainder of this base finished off with the ground assault. Bowlers and Witches actually don't have any, or rather many more buildings to take care of against the Town Hall 12. Just to have to deal with that siege workshop there in the bottom of the base, but upgraded defenses and higher level walls make it a lot more difficult.
Yes, by the way, this will be the first time we've mentioned this, Woody, but the new level 13 walls, those blue, electric, beautiful walls that are coming at Town Hall 12 look absolutely gorgeous. I love them, and I can't get enough. I mean, it's like that lightning blue, that light color going through the entire thing, and then, of course, they have 10,000 hit points is just absolutely crazy.
Well, if you love them so much, why don't you go make 100 of them? Because you can do so once you reach Town Hall 12.
That's absolutely